Okay, good afternoon everybody. My name is Leslie Williams. Today's date is October 16th, 2014. I am going to have to talk fast in this video because I got a lot to state in this video. And what I'm attempting to do right now is literally only make videos that are 15 minutes or less, because I'm now using a different YouTube account. I'm playing hopscotch with the filthy criminal gang stalking expedition that is occurring towards me in every aspect of my personal life. Gang stalking is not stalking by gangs. All you have to do is go to Google and YouTube and type in either organized stalking. The best way to research it is by researching it by typing in the following way: gang stalking, and then in separate searches, organized stalking. I'm going to fly right into the purpose and subject matter of this particular video in order to be able to illustrate and educate some of the techniques that are brought about against an organized stalking, gang stalking target, including could these techniques be brought about towards me. Now, I make my statements very carefully because basically organized stalking, gang stalking is nothing but organized crime in the system at every level, the federal, state, and local level. And they are using their employment descriptions not only to perpetrate their criminal realities, but to also protect them. Now, when you go to Google and you type in the police and gang stalking, let's see, universities and gang stalking, public libraries and gang stalking, businesses and gang stalking, and also you might want to make a personal notation pertaining to how alphabet agencies are being mentioned all over the internet in reference to them being identified, at least implicated agencies that are more than likely perpetrating these criminal realities in reference to what other targets are saying pertaining to their educated knowledge and or experience. Now again, I got to talk fast in this video. This video is an informative video. It is also an educational video, and is it a prediction video? Case in point, 70% of organized stalking, gang stalking victims are women. Go to Google and type in gang stalking space human trafficking. One targeted individual, whether it be a man or a woman or even a child, can be picked for multiple different criminal motivations. Anything, including but not limited to racketeering, insurance fraud, human trafficking, voyeurism, pornography. Okay, racketeering of all and every kinds that you can think of, including but not limited to these aforementioned descriptions, and illegal syndicated probate control of the target themselves, so they can be treated like a straw person and then be used for racketeering purposes, insurance fraud, and human trafficking, i.e. syndicated run group homes. Once illegal syndicated probate control is taken, the targeted individual's finances are co-opted by the individuals who are given the syndicated probate control, the individuals that are connected to the group homes. The gang stalking will continue in these homes. That's right. This is where the insurance is built. Okay, the gang stalking 100% continues in these homes, and this is also where the voyeurism, the pornography, and the human trafficking can definitely play a role or take place in it. A now isolated physical environment that the target is illegally and criminally put in through normal legal appearing avenues. So, my name is Leslie Williams, and what I'm doing right now is literally talking to you in order to help you see some of the schemes that are brought about against the gang stalking target using incremented steps, methods, tactics, and maneuvers in order to bring about the motivation, okay, which is directly connected to the scheme. And here it goes. Hold on though. Now you can go to Google and type in, see, I just got back in my tent, so I'm taking a puff off a cigarette. Now you can go to Google right now and type in gang stalking space creating homelessness of targets. And what you will discover, if you spend one day, just 8 hours after you type that in at Google or any other search engine, Bing, whatever, when you type that in and do at least an 8-hour research into the description that I just described, gang stalking, creating homelessness of targets, you will see that it is all over the internet, that is one of their main techniques that they bring about against the target. Because in order to attempt to, but not limited to, take an illegal syndicated probate control for the aforementioned reasons, is that they have to be able to have a normal appearing, legal appearing reason to do this. Now, Again, go to Google and type in organized stalking and or gang stalking, and police officers, doctors, judges, lawyers, including members in the DA's office, syndicated probate attorneys. Okay, hold on. Now, basically what this video is about, they create the homelessness of targeted individuals. The gang stalking is already occurring towards the target because the homelessness was created by them for the target to experience, and how it's kept covertly managed intentionally. Also, let me backtrack for a second. Social services workers and even social security workers can be involved in gang stalking because it's organized crime in the system at the federal, state, and local level. It's a syndicate. This syndicate also has tentacles out within the community in reference to other employment descriptions. Any employment description you can think of. Utility company personnel, definitely members in the travel industry, including but not limited to, well, are there syndicated members in Greyhound, Amtrak, public transportation services descriptions like MTS, which is basically nothing but public transportation services for a selected community, MTS being my community. Getting back to basically what I'm stating is that they create the homelessness of the target. The gang stalking is obviously already going on against the target because the homelessness was created of the target by them. Now, the continued homelessness is kept covertly managed as a result of the surveillance, tracking, and observation of a target. If a target attempts to go to rent a motel room and use that as a home, they will create events and incidences through, but not limited to, using motel managers, motel housekeepers, and also either current motel guests that have already been renting at the motel before the target went there, and or any guests that decide to rent the motel rooms that are at the same motel that the target is in, because they have to have people that are physically bringing about these events towards the target in order to make it appear that the target being evicted from the motel is happening because of normal apparent excuses and reasons, i.e. how they work in a cooperating relationship with motel managers, motel security guards, even police when they're used, and other fellow motel patrons. These are the schemes of gang stalking, and all you got to do is Google it. Just Google it, and you'll see I'm telling you the truth. They use the same exact techniques in reference to, but not limited to, working with property owners of apartment complexes, condominiums, fellow tenants of the apartment complex, landlords, property owners, and they will even use postal employees for mail theft and mail delayment, including mail theft and mail delayment of rent. All these descriptions can be Googled and cross-referenced to gang stalking. Now, the covertly kept managed homelessness is done as a result of the tracking, surveillance, and observation of the target. If they see a targeted individual is going to apply for tenancy at a motel, apartment complex, they will wait until that target goes there, wait, and then leaves, and then they will approach the manager, the property owner, or the motel manager, or whatever, and they will tell them a sophisticated lie, combine it with a badge and even a fake bogus criminal investigation file about the target in order to mentally persuade and or intimidate or even bribe the property owner, landlord, or whatever to not rent to the target. And this is how they keep the homelessness covertly managed. Now, and this can be Googled to get a great visual pictorial representation pertaining to how easy it is to get the cooperation of anybody in the community to do anything for a person who's got a badge, whether it be real and or fake, is to go to YouTube and type in "listen to a stranger." Hold on. Now, what am I saying? I am camping as a result of the covertly created homelessness of me. That's right, my rent was stolen flat out right out of the mail. Rent that was mailed, certified mail return receipt. The hiking area you see me at right now is the 4th hiking area I've been gang stalked to. The very first one was as I was hiking right next door to the San Diego FBI, when the FBI building used to be off of Ariel Drive, right behind Stonecrest Plaza Walmart in San Diego, California. Now, this is the 4th hiking area I've been gang stalked to, and I am preparing to move from here. Now, let's take a look at some current events that could transpire. Well, let's take a look at what could happen to me as a result of me having to move from here, as a result of me getting a ticket from UCSD Campus Police, who came to this hiking area on August 27, 2014, 3 miles off campus. You can go to YouTube and Google and type in "Learning Disabled Woman Exposes Gang Stalking at UCSD." Learning Disabled Woman Exposes Gang Stalking at UCSD Price Center. Learning Disabled Woman Exposes Gang Stalking at UCSD Club Med. Also go to Google and type in the following way. UCSD and Law Library, are they networking gang stalking? That's the latest current blog that has been posted online pertaining, and this blog is full of evidence. The blog itself is still under construction, but make no mistake about it, there's enough evidence in that blog, flat out, for you to literally be able to witness indisputably that I'm being gang stalked. Now, the point being, in reference to the subject matter of this video, is to make predictions, okay? Cleverly, creatively, read between the lines. As a result of being a gang stalking victim, through experience and educated knowledge is data based on facts, I have ascertained how these individuals have worked and who they will even use. Again, go to YouTube and type in "listen to a stranger." These filthy animals that are in the system can connect with, but not limited to, park rangers, park volunteer service members. They can use homeless men and or women from homeless shelters, domestic violence shelters, church groups, charities, fraternities, sororities, cults, and even other organized crime members. Now, let's take a look at this. If I'm homeless and I'm living in a tent, which I am, and I've been evicted from my hiking area, right now where I'm hiking at, there's neighbors across the street and there's neighbors behind me up off a hill. If I have to immediately move, I would have to move somewhere that to where I can camp out. I would prefer to be able to hike and camp out, whether it's used as a long-term place I can camp out at, or some place that I can use for 1 to 2 to 3 days to a week to 2 weeks, and then maybe move to another area and use that for the same length of period of time. But what I would want to do as a result of being a woman is I would want to try and camp out that's secluded away from people being able to see me or hear me as they walk by, but yet if I was being attacked, at least neighbors might be able to hear me either scream, blow my whistle, blow this blowhorn, okay, or a combination of all three. The perpetrators, if they have in mind to rape me, assault me, or rob me, or all three, they would want to lead me to an area where, as I'm being attacked, no one would be able to hear me scream. Hold on. Or my blowhorn going off as it's being blown. This is a blowhorn like that you would buy and play at a sporting event. It's very loud. Listen. Oh man, did that hurt. Okay? The point being is this. Say, since I got this eviction notice from this area, I have been moving property to other areas that were already being probed by me. They know it because I have literally caught gang stalk, oh my God, being set around me now at even the second place, which is not, well, I'm not going to say how close it is to this area. Getting around me and saying gang stalk, oh my God, gang stalk crazy, gang stalk, oh my God, gang stalker, oh my God, gang stalk weird. In that way is how they have been intentionally letting me know that I'm being gang stalked. Now, they got to know where I'm at and who I am to do this. That's right. Go to that blog that I just told you the title of, okay, and you will see undisputable evidence of multiple videos of me proving this being set around me at multiple locations, including at UCSD. Now, the point being is this. They know, obviously, that I have already moved property to these areas before and after the eviction notice has been given to me, because they had to be able to know where I was at to prop people up on the 41 bus route, okay, on the bus route going to these areas to drop off property, and the bus route coming back from them, and now at the other area. That's right. And the last bit of evidence I just caught on October 9th, 2014 of it being set around me. The point being is this. Now I'm going to have to make this video longer than 15 minutes, so it's going to have to go into an older account that I already got set up. Hold on. They had me brutally assaulted at this area, right here on July 9th, 2014. I made a video 2.5 days before, on July 6th, 2014, right literally outside of this tent. Literally right outside of it. Hold on. What I did was on July 6th, 2014, is as I was, right before I was preparing to leave for the day, I made a video right at the very spot, right outside this tent door, stating, let's see if anything happens here at all concerning me, about me, around me, towards me, or against me, or any of my property. And I said also, additionally, including assaults. Now you can go to YouTube right now and type in "learning disabled woman brutally assaulted again," and look for a YouTube video where the title is, right at the beginning of the title says 07 /, which is that little / mark, you know, on the keyboard. 07 / 09 / 14, learning disabled woman brutally assaulted again. Hold on. At the beginning of that video, no, I'm sorry, in the description of that YouTube video, which you'll see is a July 6th video, YouTube title that was put online the day it was made, on July 6, 2014. It literally shows the video of me standing outside of this tent stating some things that could happen to me, including assault. 2.5 days later, on July 9th, I was literally brutally assaulted at the very spot the video was made at. Literally. Now, as that assault was beginning, hold on. As that assault was beginning, okay, it literally, part of the assault was caught on video. All of it was caught on audio file. Okay, now, because I had a tape recorder running on me all day long as I was preparing, I was literally preparing stuff today, on that day to move. It was sitting out in front of my tent. The point being is this: the day the assault occurred, the beginning of the assault was caught on video. It literally shows, I think it's at least, I think it's a 9 or 8 minute video, maybe a little longer. It shows the 2 men approaching me here. It shows the 1 man approaching me, and then it shows him beginning to assault me. And then there's another video online that shows the audio of it, okay? The point being is this: the video file, has, on the video card, has a time and stamp date on it. It shows the time and date that this assault occurred. The video that was uploaded on the 6th pertaining to the prediction shows that I predicted that this assault 2.5 days before it occurred. Now, this was the 4th assault that has occurred towards me in San Diego County. Go to YouTube right now and type in learning disabled woman brutally assaulted on an MTS bus. Look in the description of that YouTube video and you will see some information in it. Towards the bottom of it is a blog. All you gotta do is click on that blog link. Once the blog opens up, scroll down to the bottom of the blog and you will see an attached PDF link titled Assault 11. Click on that. What that is a printed out scanned email literally showing that I predicted that assault 11 days before it occurred. Okay? 2 assaults that have been predicted, which I can prove indisputably. The 3rd assault that took place towards me literally happened right across the street from here on a ledge on January 30th, 2014. On that morning, as I left this area, went and sat on the ledge to take my computer out of my backpack and put it in the basket on my bike. And then once I did that and started walking with the bike to go up the road, because I was heading to Point Loma on that day, and I had been assaulted in Point Loma and threatened to be assaulted in Point Loma. Okay? The first assault took place towards me at Rosecrans and Nimitz Boulevard on August 17, 2011. That assault was predicted on audio file. Okay? So that's the first assault that was predicted. All 4 assaults were predicted in audio files. 2 were predicted in email files and 2 were predicted in video files. Getting back to the January 30th assault, which you can also watch if you go to YouTube and type in, hold on. If you go to YouTube and type in learning disabled woman brutally assaulted again, you'll see an assault video there. I think the video title has the date in it, 1/30/2014. Anyways, as I was leaving to go that morning to go to the bus stop, okay, I was sitting on a ledge, took the computer out of my backpack, put it in the basket on my bike, then started walking the bike up Gilman Road because I was heading to the bus stop to go to Point Loma on that day. I made a statement in my tape recorder, let's see if I'm assaulted today. I then went to a library, uploaded some videos, okay, which actually happened to be a day that I uploaded some videos pertaining to the San Diego District Attorney's Office. And I think I might have even uploaded a video pertaining to me exposing the SDPD Police Department. I then left that area from Point Loma area, came back here, and as I was on my way back to this area, I saw an individual who had harassed me before, factually talking to somebody who I had already caught on audio file, harassing me and threatening to kick my ass while they're saying gang stalk. Okay, so I seen him, and when I spotted him, I said, this is a perpetrator that I have seen before who has harassed me before with gang stalking techniques. Okay, so I sat on the ledge because I didn't want to come down in this area at the same time he was walking by it. Okay, so as I'm sitting on the ledge, I took out my video camera, held it in my lap, and you can even see my 3 fingers on the lens of the camera. As he's beginning to start to parallel walk by me. I lifted the camera up just briefly and said, there he is. He walked across the street and said, what are you, don't be taking no video pictures of me, bitch. And I said, get the fuck away from here. And then he took his bike helmet in his hand and went full force and attempted to hit me in the face. I luckily blocked it with my hand. And that's another thing they're doing. They're propping up people along my routes who have harassed me on prior occasions or are currently harassing me with extremely provocative, verbal, and even threatening scenarios. Physically threatening to kick my ass and stuff like that, to provoke me to take my video camera, because they know that that's how I'm responding to the provocations, and then using that as a reason to assault me or attempt to ban me from a library. This is literally what they're doing, because what they're doing is attempting to make it appear that I have a pattern of behavior of taking video pictures of people for no reason, and as a result, it's causing me to be assaulted and or banned from libraries. That's right. Because one of the main methodologies in gang stalking in reference to how they excuse what's happening to me is to attempt to even blame what's happening to me on behavior that I'm doing that I shouldn't be doing. This is literally what they're attempting to do. They did it at the law library on September 5th, 2014, within a half hour after I made a tweet on Twitter predicting, let's see if anything happens at the law library, and then I'm on the bus on my way to it. That's right. That happened on September 5th, 2014. They did the same bullshit at UCSD. That's right. That's right. Gang stalking was caught happening all over towards me on UCSD campus. That's right. The point being is this, is that they're propping people up along my route who have either previously engaged in gang stalking or are currently engaged in gang stalking, by using creative means to let me know that they're doing what they're doing around me and towards me or concerning me. Basically, you can go to YouTube right now and type in "learning disabled woman catches gang stalker admitting sent to harass read comments." That's me catching 3 teenagers admitting they were put on the 928 bus, which was the same bus route I was assaulted on, to engage in specific gang stalking physical gestures. Okay? Yeah. Now, the point being is this: they had to know that I was already on that bus in order to prop the 3 teenagers to get on the bus after they got on it at a bus stop that was later on in the route after I had already got on the bus. Do you understand? So basically, I'm already on the bus. They knew it, so they propped these 3 teenagers to get on the same bus route at a later bus stop after I had already got on the bus. They were put on the bus and told to sit in front of me to engage in these gang stalking physical gestures, and then I caught them admitting it on tape recorder. Now, since then I have caught 4 other individuals admitting they were put in my physical presence to do the same thing, 3 of them being UCSD students, and the 4th being an individual that admitted that a San Diego police officer by the name of Steve told him to do it. Now, my name is Leslie Williams. Getting around me and repeating gang stalk, oh my god, gang stalk crazy, gang stalk weird, gang stalk, oh my god. In fact, just go to YouTube right now and type in "learning disabled woman exposes gang stalking in Yucca Valley," which is 169 miles away from UCSD. When I went to Yucca Valley for 1 week from this area, and the individual that I was going out there to see, who's experiencing a subcrime that is attached to gang stalking, David Larson, who's a member of the water board in Yucca Valley. Now, going out there to see him didn't work out, so I came back. But the point being is I looked up his address and all public transportation services in Yucca Valley from the biomedical library at UCSD, and at SDSU, and at the North University San Diego Public Library. Go to YouTube and type in "learning disabled woman exposes gang stalking at SDSU." Then go to YouTube and type in, go to Google and type in 3/18/13 "learning disabled woman proves gang stalking at San Diego Public Libraries." And you will literally see that I caught the North University San Diego Library branch manager engaging in the same exact verbal harassment happening around me on audio file that was caught at SDSU and at UCSD and in Yucca Valley. Propping up people along my routes to repeat either certain specific physical gestures and or repeating specific identical words and phrases is how they intentionally, mentally let me know that I'm being gang stalked, because they gotta know where I'm at and who I am to do it, and they're stupid enough to literally use people to get around me and say the name of the crime in specific ways. Gang stalk, oh my god, gang stalk weird, gang stalk crazy, and they say it back to back. Especially pay close attention to not just the UCSD videos by going to YouTube and typing in learning disabled woman catches gang stalking at UCSD, learning disabled woman catches gang stalking at SDSU. But also, when you look at those Yucca Valley videos, there's 4 great ones. Listen to all 4 separate Yucca Valley YouTube videos. You'll clearly hear men on the Yucca Valley bus route landers, constantly and repetitively saying it. Now, the only way that they can be doing this is they got to know where I'm at and who I am to do it. I have already caught this same exact methodology happening around me, concerning me, on all 41 bus routes going to drop property off at the one area, okay? And I recently just caught it at the second area on October 9th, 2014, after it was predicted, because I saw the individuals approaching me. There were a bunch of kids from University High School, jogging in a group, jogging towards me, and so I said, let's see if any of these kids say gang stalker, oh my god. As they were approaching me and they got 5 feet in front of me, one said, oh my god, and then as soon as they passed me by, literally, another one said gang stalking. Caught on audio, but that hasn't been uploaded yet because I'm still moving and all my time right now is compromised. My schedule's compromised as a result of me moving property. Here's the point. When I was assaulted here on July 9, 2014, I blew my sports horn, I blew my whistle, and I yelled for help. He stopped assaulting me as a result. After he left, I called 911, and they even told me that a neighbor had called the police because they heard me yelling. Now, hold on. As a result of UCSD campus police coming here 3 miles off campus and evicting me, I gotta move. So, they already know that I was moving property to these other selected areas because I had already been exposing it online that gang stalking, oh my god, was caught being said on the 41 bus route going to one of the areas, and it was just recently caught at the other area on October 9, 2014, and I had already had other audio files stating what I was experiencing by people who were walking in those areas pertaining to how they were gaslighting me with gang stalking physical gestures, which I've already proved in this video is happening around me, concerning me. Now, these areas, some sections of these areas that I have to move to do have neighbors up off the hills. When I go to move property over there, or even when I go to move over there, will I be prevented from moving there, or at least moving property to these areas in these locations that have houses close by? And how would they do it? Well, if, let's just say for case of, let's just say this, if it's a park, what kind of people could they use to prop up to make it appear that they got a normal appearing reason to be there because they're doing work for the park? Park rangers, park volunteer service personnel, landscape workers for the park, homeless people, homeless men that they're using, homeless women, individuals that are drug addicts or alcoholics, mentally ill people that they can use, okay, to cause problems for me in order to psychologically motivate me to not drop the property off, or at least use any specific area over there that might have neighbors on the hill or right across the street, because they know that they're, let me just put it to you this way. Gang stalking, oh my god, has been caught happening around me here. It's been caught happening around me at UCSD. It's been caught happening around me on all 41 bus routes going to the one area, and then on all 41 bus routes that I took once I dropped the property off at those areas, and then left it, and then went back to the bus stop, waited for the bus to come, and as I'm waiting, I say in my tape recorder, let's see if anybody on this bus or anybody that gets on it after I get on it says gang stalk, oh my god. It was caught on multiple occasions. It was recently caught on October 9, 2014 at the other spot. Okay, the very last time I was there. So, if they have plans on robbing me, raping me, or assaulting me, or worse, they're going to want to do it towards me at these areas that are completely isolated away from neighbors who would be able to hear my blowhorns being pressed, me screaming or blowing a whistle, or yelling for help. So, on days that I leave here to go to these areas, to continue to drop the property off and then moving there, would they prop up park rangers, park volunteer service personnel, individuals that are doing community service work, like for the sheriff's department, landscape workers for the park, in order to psychologically motivate me to, well, if I'm seen dropping property off, if I'm seen creating the security parameters that I create in order to put the property in so no one will steal it, will these individuals be down in these areas that would prevent me from dropping any property off at areas that are close by neighbors? Okay, or camping there that are close by neighbors, out of fear that if I'm seen, I'll be evicted and or arrested. Therefore, they believe that that will psychologically motivate me to pick another area within the location, areas that don't have neighbors close by. As a result, when I'm robbed, raped, or assaulted, or all three, no one will be able to hear me scream. Do you understand what I'm saying? They know that when they brought those individuals down up in here to assault me on July 9th, they know that a neighbor called 911. They know that a neighbor called 911. Now, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Leslie Williams. The point being is this. In Gang Stalking Expedition, their whole goal, in order to be able to steer a target to isolated environments that they can get, like, let me just put it to you this way. When I was camping next door to the FBI, I said to myself, I looked at the area that I was at as I was camping there. I said, in order for them to evict me from here, they got to have a normal appearance excuse in order to evict me from here. What would be their normal appearance excuse in order to evict me from this area? Well, it would have, who owns the property? It's not property where any houses are on it. It's not property where any businesses are right on the area where I was camping at. So I thought to myself, who could they use in order to make it appear that the police have a normal appearing reason to know I'm there to evict me from there? The only logical normal appearing one was one, and that being landscape workers. I literally predicted in multiple audio files that this was going to be the avenue that they were going to use in order to make it appear that they had a normal appearing reason to know I was there, and then had the landscape workers notify the property owner then notifying the police. And that's exactly what they did. That's exactly what they did. And right before I moved from that area, they were already starting to have homeless men walk by me. Now, they propped up homeless men to camp out from me within a week and a half of me moving here in 2012. That's right. They harassed me day and night, night and day. Day and night, night and day. Literally. Now, what I'm going to do, hold on, is I'm going to prove to you something in this video really fast. Hold on. That I'm being gang stalked. I don't have to prove it because I know that I've already given you enough information for you to go online and research it, for you to be able to see that I'm being gang stalked. In fact, go to YouTube right now and just type in "Learning Disabled Woman Exposes Flat Out in Your Face Evidence of Gang Stalking." You'll probably run across what I'm about ready to play you. Because I forgot the name of the specific YouTube video that this one is in, but let me, I'll put it to you this way. Go to YouTube right now and type in "Learning Disabled Woman Exposes Gross Negligence of Duty of SDPD." Learning Disabled Woman Exposes Gross Negligence of Duty, SDPD. Make sure you listen to that entire YouTube video and look at everything in the description of it, because all the information in that video shows the gross negligence of duty of not only the SDPD, but it shows how it's proven. Because the Thanksgiving event that I'm about ready to play you 15 seconds of it, okay, is in that video. The individual that, one of the two men that played a role in the Thanksgiving event that took place right across the street, right up the, on the sidewalk, right up the sidewalk, okay, was seen, one of them was directly connected to the group of men that they set up to hike out 120 feet away from me that harassed me from November 2012, all the way up until mid-April of 2014, and then they moved them out. And that was in the same month that I started making a huge amount of videos stating that I'm moving property to other areas to at least move the use these areas as emergency hiking spots. That's right. As soon as I start uploading those videos, they move them out of here. Now, what I'm about ready to play you right now It's called Instagram. Instagram to be totally honest with you, I'm not totally aware of what Instagram is. It appears to be some type of, I discovered it by using Twitter. Hold on a second. So I don't know how to verbalize what Instagram is. It appears to be like if you want to use, if you want to upload something to Instagram and then use it as a vehicle to post something. Okay, the point being is this: Instagram only allows you to make 15-second videos. So this is only a sorry about this, but this is my my phone. This is my phone basically letting me know that I got some tweets in my notifications on Twitter. Basically, what I'm saying is this: Instagram only allows you to upload a 15-second video. The Thanksgiving event that took place right across the street from here, 2 men harassing me and threatening me while they're saying gang stalking, and gang is stalking, I'm going to F you up. One of these 2 men were one of the men that they propped up to hike out here, who yelled gang stalk, oh my God, on a daily and nightly basis from November 2012 up until mid-April 2014. And this one man who played a role in the Thanksgiving event has been captured on video walking back and forth from this area. He was also seen talking to the individual that they used to assault me on January 30th, right across the street. That's right. And the individual that played a role in the July 9th assault was seen by me over at Rouse. Now, if you go to that blog that I mentioned earlier in this video, pertaining to the name of the blog being UCSD and Law Library, Are They Networking Gang Stalking? You'll see a blog in there pertaining to Rouse. Okay? That's right. Now, fellow American citizens, fellow San Diegan, do you hear these 2 men say gang stalk together? Then one says gang stalking, and then that same one says gang of stalking, I'm going to F you up. This occurred on a sidewalk on Thanksgiving Day 2013, right across the street, right on the sidewalk, about 70 feet up the sidewalk. Gang of stalking, I'll fuck you up. Now I'm going to play the entire 15 seconds right now. They both say gang stalk together, then one says gang stalking, and then that same one says gang of stalking, I'm going to F you up. But since Instagram only allows you to upload a 15-second video, you don't hear the entire event. If you were able to hear the entire event, you would hear them also say, oh my God. Now remember what I said pertaining to all the videos that are online. Okay, pertaining to how, oh my God, and gang stalk is set along all my routes. Listen. Now, you just clearly heard that. In fact, let me just play it to you from this distance, and I bet you $10 you'll still be able to hear it. Now, why am I doing this part of it, what I just did? Because on September 5th, 2014, I played at least a minute worth of this event, which included this right in the ear of a San Diego police officer out front of the Law Library, and he claimed he couldn't hear it being said. That's the reason why I held it up from a distance. Did you hear it being said? How can you play something like this? It was actually a minute of the event, not 15 seconds, a minute of it, where it's constantly said. Okay? Now, the point being is this: why would a San Diego police officer deny that he heard it if you just heard it as I was holding the phone up right here and as I held it up close to the video camera? Because the second that they acknowledge them hearing this, it shows that the YouTube video that is titled "Learning Disabled Woman Exposes Gross Negligence of Duty of the SDPD," it shows that they were caught. Because this event occurred about it occurred on Thanksgiving Day, and that YouTube video that I just mentioned is in relation to an event that occurred at a Jack in the Box off of Rosecrans and Nimitz Boulevard on October 15, 2013, which is right up the street from where the August 17, 2011 assault took place at. I'm in San Diego, California. My name is Leslie Williams. Propping up landscape workers to be at areas where they know I've already dropped property off at. The phone I just showed you, go to YouTube, in closing, go to YouTube and go to Google and type in cell phone hacking and stalking, and then go to YouTube and Google and type in cell phone hacking and gang stalking. They can hack into any targeted individual's computer and or cell phone and use the computer and or cell phone as a microphone, a GPS tracker, and hack into the camera on the computer and or cell phone. Now, if I make an audio file every morning, which I do, stating that I'm getting ready to leave here and go to a specific area to drop property off at, they know it if they're hacking into my phone and or computer and using it as a listening device. If they're using it as a GPS tracker, they can see that the phone has been put in my pocket and is now mobile. As a result of me doing it the first time, they now know where this area is at, and as a result of the GPS tracking, they know where I stopped at in these areas to hide the property. As a result of this, they know what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. You can go to Google and YouTube and just type in gang stalking, breaking into targets' apartments, and installing listening devices, video cameras, tape recorders, and you will see that they're already doing this anyways. Okay? In order to monitor what a target's doing so they can then prop up the crafted harassment, the crafted staged events, and even prop up people to be at the area before a target even gets to it. That way they can claim that the target wasn't stalked to it. Plausible deniability. Covert surveillance in order to prop up staged events and covert harassment is a huge methodology of gang stalking. That way they can deny that the stalking of the gang stalking was not the reason for the event, and call the target crazy concerning it. That's why there's a organization online which is also somewhat being exposed online as being nothing but a front group for the government. But I don't know if it is or not, but let me just put it to you this way. The name of that organization is Freedom from Covert Harassment and Surveillance. Covert surveillance in order to covertly harass you. Staging events towards a gang stalking target are called street theaters, which is basically where, through the surveillance of the target, they then prop up staged events, staged assaults, staged robberies, staged rapes, staged anything, in order for that event to bring about a desired effect and result for the target to live in and or experience. Now, if they set up a staged rape, they can get all the evidence that I'm currently carrying on me, all my money, all of my phones, all of my cameras, all my IDs, my food stamp card, my Medicare card, my Social Security cards. How would I be able to withdraw money from my bank? How would I be able to get my bus card? How would I be able to go from place to place to place to place? How would I be able to eat? I wouldn't even be able to go and apply for a new food stamp card because I'd have to have the ID. These are the schemes of gang stalking, because they take everything you got while brutally traumatizing you through a rape. See, when they evicted me from that camping area when I was hiking next door to the FBI, they know where I hide my property at, like evidence, money, IDs, because the San Diego police officer woman put me in handcuffs and then searched my body and stated that she knew that I had things hidden on me in a specific way. And two other avenues know how I hide my property on me, because it accidentally slipped one time when I was in the Ross grocery store, which was where also my bank's at, Wells Fargo, where gang stalk is, oh my God, is being caught around me. And I accidentally slipped and said it one time in front of an MTS bus driver. Remember oh, and by the way, I talked to you about that MTS assault video. Go to Google and YouTube and type in "Learning Disabled Woman Exposes How MTS Assault Video is Altered." That's MTS, baby cakes. That's government. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the point being is this. You might think to yourself, this is a whole hell of a lot for people to go through in order to be able to box a woman in. For what? Well, human trafficking. The insurance fraud that takes place towards a target individual concerning the insurance that a target individual has, or insurance that can be applied for in their name, once the legal syndicated probate control can generate to them, one target can literally generate anywhere between $1 million and $2 million. Because the gang stalking continues towards the target once the syndicated probate control is gotten. which means that they can endlessly gang stalk a target even for the rest of their lives while they have syndicated probate control of the target. Hold on. See, once they're placed in a syndicated run group home, the gang stalking continues. The target is provoked in these homes to act out verbally and or physically. They then will say that the target is out of control as a result of them acting out verbally or physically. They are then petitioned in a hospital or county mental health under the guise that you need to go into the into county mental health or an area neighborhood hospital psychiatric floor, which they can easily petition them into because they got the syndicated probate control to get on medication because they're out of control, because they're acting out even though they're being intentionally provoked to do so. They're staged events. And this is where the insurance is built by the organized crime syndicated doctors. Do you understand? Hundreds of thousands of look, I broke my arm and my wrist from falling off my bike on June 3rd, 2014. I got my Medicare summaries from that alone, close to $10,000. Do you have any idea how much money can be bilked out of Medicare, okay, or any other insurance that a target might have between a 7 and 21 hospital day stay that is repeated over and over again? Do you understand? Now, the money that is bilked from the insurance gets kicked back to the participating partners. The doctors, the hospital administrative staff, the police when they're needed, and the people that own and run the group homes. Now, the target is also raped in these homes. Video pictures are taken of the rapes as a result of their food and or drinks being drugged, and then once the target is knocked out, just like the date rape drug, once the target is knocked out, they will bring men in, even multiple men in one night, to literally videotape the rape and then sell the rape video to pornography groups. Voyeurism. So they are now treating the target as a straw person because federal, state, and local funds are applied for in their name, or the target's current federal, state, and local funds that they already have, their benefits like Social Security, SSI, and any state benefits are legally co-opted, which means the people that own the home literally get now the checks that the target used to get. The insurance is bilked, and then the money that's made off the pornography. It's nothing but torture, rape, okay, and illegal kidnapping for same, racketeering, insurance fraud, and human trafficking, and pornography as a result of this crime happening to this person. Now, they get the syndicated probate control through staged events, staged assaults, claiming the target individual cannot take care of themselves because they're homeless, and they get the documentation for that as a result of the staged events. What better way to psychologically motivate a target to call the police? Rape, physical assaults, robberies, which they bring about against the target as a result of the tracking of the target. Why do you think they're trying to steer me to isolated wooded areas? They knew I was already dropping property off at these areas. They knew it. Because gang stalking, oh my God, was caught on all 41 bus routes going to drop these properties off. You know, the location that it was dropped off at. And then once it was dropped off and I went back to the bus stop, I would say on my tape recorder, let's see if gang stalking, oh my God, is said by anybody on this bus route or by anybody that gets on it after I get on it. The bus will come and get on it, and it was repetitively said by people who are already on it and people that got on it. And it was recently just caught happening at the second area just on October 9, 2014, which means that they know when I was at these areas, which means they know what type of areas these places are. Now, since this is organized crime in the system, baby cakes, you better be damn sure that they got the ability to work with, covertly, park rangers, park volunteer personnel, landscape workers that work for the park, utility company personnel. Google them and see how they're involved in gang stalking. That's right. This is organized crime in the system that has tentacles out within the community, which means they can use anybody. In closing, go to Google and type in utility company personnel and gang stalking, railroad company personnel and gang stalking, landscape workers and gang stalking, construction personnel and gang stalking, park rangers and gang stalking, police and gang stalking, community service members and gang stalking, sheriff's department and gang stalking, homeless people and gang stalking, alcoholics and gang stalking, drug addicts and gang stalking, mentally ill people and gang stalking, because they will use anybody and everybody in order to make it appear that the target that they got a normal appearing reason to know where the target's at, to bring about staged events towards the target, and or to engage in what is known as street theaters, to produce fear in the target's mind that I better not stay here because they might see or hear me. That psychological fear will lead them to another place to camp out at, a place that's not close by neighbors who can hear the target scream when they're being raped, robbed, or assaulted. These are the schemes of gang stalking. Gotta get, today's date is October 16th, 2014, so let's see if this occurs towards me. La Jolla, California. My name is Leslie Williams. Thank you for listening, and have a nice day.